All right, here we go. Again, yet another disappointing update in the never-ending Tiffany Henyard saga. So, from what I've gathered, she was supposed to appear in court this past Friday, but instead of showing up in person, she dialed in via Zoom. Yep, I first caught this update on Go Political's channel, courtesy of Curt Marucci. According to Curt, the judge told Tiffany she has to return this coming Friday and, this time, she better have every single receipt the court asked for. If not, she's looking at a fine of $1,000 per day until those documents are in hand. Now, from what it sounds like, the fines won't start from last week. The clock starts this Friday if she fails to bring the receipts. But let's be clear, there's still no mention of jail time yet. But listen, if she doesn't physically show up this time, after being explicitly ordered by the judge, things could escalate. I heard she even tried asking, "Can I just zoom in?" No, Tiffany? The answer is no. You're going to need to get used to that word. You're about to hear it a lot more often. So come this Friday, your behind needs to be in that courtroom. No virtual tricks, no excuses. You need to walk in there with those receipts the judge ordered you to bring, not asked, not suggested, ordered. I know you don't like those words. You don't like being told what to do, but too bad. The judge wants those documents in his courtroom, and if you fail to show up with them, it's $1,000 a day out of your pocket. Not the village treasury, not taxpayer money, your pocket. So basically, the court wants to see just how deep the damage runs, because we already know you lied. We already know you misused public funds. Now they want receipts to prove it. And if you don't deliver them, that $1,000 a day will keep stacking and they're still going to get the receipts eventually, one way or another. This is what happens when you treat an entire town like your personal playground. You thought you were royalty, Tiffany, but newsflash, you were a public servant, not a queen. And now that arrogant reign is catching up with you. Firing staff, bullying employees, doing whatever you wanted. Like it was some reality show, that's over now. That's your quick update. She's expected back in court Friday, and you already know someone's going to be there with a camera. Probably more than one if you plan on showing up to catch her. Get there early, she's one of those last-minute types. Show up 15 minutes ahead, and you'll probably catch her walking in. And if she's caught on video again, you already know that. Means more content to expose her nonsense. But honestly, deep down I kind of hope she skips court again. I hope she keeps disrespecting the system, because every time she ignores the law, she adds another nail in her own legal coffin. Right now, it's all about financial records. The court is going through the mess she made. And once that's handled, that's when the FBI is stepping in. You heard me? These are just civil cases for now. But if she keeps dodging court, they could easily become criminal. And when that happens, you're going to need real legal help, Tiffany, not someone paid with public funds. No more hiding behind Brisket Brinley or misappropriation Max Solomon. This time, you pay out of pocket, just like the grown boss you claim to be. Dig yourself out of this one. Shout out to Go Political and Curt Marucci for staying on it. Now let's talk about another guy you may not have heard of, the mayor of Spring Valley. I think his name's Alan Smith. Man, this dude gotta be like 100 years old, ... And now we got this dude out here wielding like no other. I'm talking about the mayor of Spring Valley, Alan Simon. This man might actually outdo Tiffany Henyard in pure ignorance, except his brand of crazy gets physical. Let's take a quick look at a news clip about this guy then. I'll break it all down for you. Did you physically try to remove him from the police department? That's what witnesses are saying. Oh, really? The mayor replied. That's wonderful, y'all. Spring Valley Mayor Alan Simon wouldn't even give a straight answer when questioned about an altercation with Police Chief Rick Olick. Multiple witnesses alleged that just yesterday, Simon physically placed both hands on the chief in an aggressive and illegal attempt to forcefully eject him from the police department. That's not just bold deeds, completely erratic. Word on the street is, the mayor had a meltdown over a road construction project the trustees approved against his wishes. In retaliation, he demanded the police arrest the workers and seize their vehicles. When the chief refused, Simon tried to suspend him for 30 days for insubordination. But here's the kicker only. The Board of Trustees has the legal authority to issue that kind of suspension. When asked directly, "Did you suspend him, Mayor?" Simon stammered and admitted, "I did give a letter of suspension, but the chief's still working." So Yat's clearly a mess that's about to end up in court, and this isn't even the first time Simon also attempted to suspend the same chief back in 2023 when he wouldn't fire a school resource officer named Kwesi Evelyn. The man even tried to have a news crew arrested for asking him questions. That's right, he tried to get a journalist and their cameraman locked up just for doing their job. "Out of my office!" he barked. "Sure, we're leaving, but you want to explain why you cut the school officer program and endangered students?" "It's a personnel matter," he snapped before slamming the door. This guy has a full-on history of meltdowns. At a trustee meeting years ago, he straight up snapped, yelling, "I am sick and tired. I've had enough." It's still unclear if there's security footage of yesterday's police department altercation, but when asked again if he physically tried to remove the chief, the man dodged the question and had the door shut on reporters. So let's just call it what it is. Simon is clearly out of his damn mind. Spring Valley, New York. I don't know how y'all let this man get into office, but shame on y'all. Seriously, there had to be red flags. This is early-stage Alzheimer's or dementia on full display. The man is way too old, way too unstable to be running anything, let alone a town. He's now accused of laying hands on a police chief who's probably half his age. Oh, and by the way, called him Alan Smith earlier. It's Alan Simon. My bad. But Simon done lost his rabbit mind. He had the entire road crew arrested and their vehicles impounded over a project the board approved. That's some dictator-level nonsense. Now I'm really curious, what are the laws in Spring Valley? Can this guy be removed? Is there a state law in New York that allows intervention because he is clearly unfit for office? In Chicago, they let you act wild for 4 years and say, "Hey, let it run its course." Try to recall someone and your petition gets rejected. So I don't know how New York handles it, but Spring Valley, wake up. This is beyond embarrassing. That man is not coherent and should not be holding any public position. And let's be real, do we want to see this man collapse during a press conference? Or worse, he's walking around with a walker, having public meltdowns. What are we doing? Here, honestly, he reminds me of a villain from the movies. First time I saw him, he gave off serious penguin vibes, from Batman. Or, remember that creepy little demon thing from the movie Spawn? Yeah, the Violator, played by John Leguizamo. That's what he looks like. Penguin body, demon, energy. But anyway, it's ridiculous. Spring Valley, either you didn't show up to vote or you didn't pay attention to what this man was like beforehand. Either way, this is a damn shame. Now finally, let's shift gears and talk about one of our favorites lately, Angel Reese. On the bright side, the Chicago Sky just picked up 2 wins, while the Indiana Fever and Caitlin ... So Clark's team has only picked up 2 wins lately. No surprise there, since Caitlin's been out. And let's be honest, without Caitlin Clark, they're basically trash. Actually, the whole WNBA feels trash without her. These games practically unwatchable. You'd have to pay folks just to sit through a full one. Now let's talk Angel Reese. She had her usual outing. Well, not really. She didn't grab another double-double, but oddly enough, the team actually won without it. Maybe it's because they're not feeding her the ball as much. At this point, she's looking like a basic role player. Angel put up 9 points on 4-for-13 shooting. That's just bad. She's now hitting a whopping 30% from the field this season. Yep, averaging 10 points, 12 boards, and barely making anything fall. And she's one of the tallest players on the court. Like, what are we doing here? They hyped her up like she was going to be the next WNBA superstar. But let's be realists, only Caitlin Clark people are showing up to watch. Nobody's tuning in for Angel, unless it's to see the next clip on her blooper reel. Of which, yeah, she added to that highlight of embarrassment last game. But first, let's talk about the woman yelling at Hernalisa Smith. She's the center for Dallas, and also the girlfriend of none other than dirtbag DJ Carrington. Yeah, the same Carrington. So of course, things got heated on the court between her and Angel, especially after Nalisa swatted Angel's shot like it was nothing. Let me stop talking and just roll the clip shout out too. Well, the Come On Now podcast for the footage. Let's take a look, and then I'll be right back. All right? Now that we've seen that, it's becoming painfully obvious. Even the announcers are low-key acknowledging Angel's just a role player, and not a good one. Another Thrimus day. for our rebounding queen, they joked. 50% rebound rate, how about that? Then they clowned her for finally learning to pass instead of getting blocked. _2-back. She became the fastest to hit 500 rebounds in WNBA history. Why? Because she misses so many shots and gets her own boards. That's the secret. Joked, she's learning to avoid getting swatted. 3 times in a row now, it's just twice. And let's get something straight. She's a professional. Basketball player, not a make-a-wish kid. That call, clearly all ball. Like Rasheed Wallace once said, ball don't lie. At the rate she's going, she'll be leading the league in turnovers as a center. Someone even joked, what's butter pecan mean? I'll tell you what, it means burnt. You've got Helen Keller, Ray Charles, and Stevie Wonder all officiating out there with whistles in their mouths. Bro. I didn't even know you could do the Cupid shuffle while holding the ball, but apparently, in the WNBA, that's allowed. The ball doesn't light finds justice. Eventually. I thought it was prom season, not dance tryouts. But hey, apparently you can waltz across the court and not get called for it. And this is why Angel Reese gets clowned. Her blooper reel's way longer than her highlight tape. I mean, the best she can do is finish a wide-open layup. And even then, she almost injures herself. That's why folks call her the baby giraffe legs. No coordination. One of the layups she made last game looked like she was about to roll her ankle midair. That was before her and Nelisa Smith. Yeah, that's the one with the orange chia pet hairstyle got into it. Carrington's girl clearly wasn't here for the games. And look, I'm not trying to be mean, but let's keep it a buck. The WNBA is full of missed layups, airballs, and sloppy footwork. Angel's just one of the worst examples of it. Sure, the league's seen a little boost thanks to Caitlin Clark, but skill-wise, still rough. And these women, they talk about wanting NBA-level pay. Be for real. DJ Carrington makes like $200,000 a year, and do you know how insanely good a guy has to be at basketball just to make that kind of money overseas? That level of talent wouldn't even make an NBA roster. Angel Reese probably isn't making even that much. She's likely still on her rookie deal, maybe $82.90K, but even that feels generous. Honestly, $80K too much for what she's bringing to the court. 80% of the WNBA doesn't look professional at all. You can't even watch a game without seeing a few airballs and botched layups. But if you dare criticize Angel, oh, you must hate your own people. Nah, that's not it's just dumb logic. Delusional fans. Man. Anyway, smash that like, hit that subscribe. I got another video coming soon. Indiana Fever is planning a gay pride night on the 3rd, and fans are already talking its stirring division among their base. And we need to break it down. And check out this shirt. I got it, says what I truly believe in. Hopefully, you do too.